today we are going to go ahead and review this kit. It is published by the Historical Folk Toys. Yes. But before we dive in, first thing I need to note, the kit cost me $15 at George Washington's Mount Vernon, like, historical library. But the supplies, you can buy a 5-pack of Clover shuttles, which is what someone else mentioned to me, that it's that particular brand of just the regular old shuttles. You can buy a 5-pack for $15, which is the cost of this kit. So each shuttle in that set would be $3 each. So you can't make chains really with this, because it is only one shuttle. I mean, I guess you could, if you had a ball to work off of, you'd be able to control the tensioning better. But also, the DMC Cotton Pearl, size 5. I literally bought this last week or the week before. I paid $2 for it at Michael's. So the cost of both of these tools is $5. Like, it is what it is. So, is the book worth $10? That's the real question, because there are many tatting books out there. And first off, let's go ahead and look at the packaging. It's that soft plastic, so once you open it up, it's not going to be savable or reusable for anything. We'll go ahead and look at the back. It mentions some of the history. So it says during the 18th century the first rings were invented. Does that check out with what I had researched for? I believe so, the 1700s, along with the picot. 1800s brought the chain. I would like to actually cross-reference that and fact-check it, because that would be really nice. It's a technique for forming lace designs of loops, rings, picots by means of shuttle and thread. With time and patience, you can create designs that can be used on pillowcases, tablecloth napkins, placements, blouse collars, sometimes called the poor man's lace because it requires very little outlay in materials or tools, yet produces beautiful and decorative effects. Complete instructions included. So, we'll see how true that is. How good are these instructions? Now, if you've been following my channel for more than a few days, if you watched the last stream, you'll know that I am quite an experienced tatter, actually. Where'd that staple just go? Oh no, I'm gonna step on it later. No! Oh no! Oh no, it's still in there. Oh, anyway. Okay, where's my little scissors? Where did I put them? Of course. There they are. This is one thing I really like about handy hands. You don't need scissors to get to the shuttle. You might damage the... Well, actually you wouldn't even damage the packaging. Usually you can just get the shuttle out without causing harm to it. You can slide the cardboard out with the shuttle and get whatever little pattern they have in there out. And yeah, anyway. So, comes with tatting shuttle. Is this actually the... Yep, this is actually a Clover one. It says it right there. And then DMC, size 5, just like this says. Terms, so... Double stitch, ring, picot, join, okay, close ring, space, reverse work. Alright, so I feel like there's probably only so much of the actual thing I can show on stream, but I'll do a quick flip through. I thought this was going to be a book, but it's like a poster. This would make a nice reference for at events, so that's nice, but my idea behind this is based on the fact that this was bought at a museum. The idea is you go to the museum, you're probably a kid on a road trip with your parents, so you're learning to do this in the backseat of the car. I don't know if many of you have had that kind of experience where you get some kind of cool edutainment toy and you're trying to do whatever the craft is as you're traveling. And that's kind of the vibe I got from this. So the fact that this isn't a regular book, but instead something that has to be folded out big, isn't great. My first thoughts and impressions. I feel like it would have been much better done as a book. So, yes, alright, so please read all instructions before beginning. Oh, and if you know, I'm a pretty competent tatter. These are all things I'm taking to a shop to hopefully sell here in a couple days. I'm working on a huge lace cloak. You can watch other videos for that. But I'm left-handed, so the way I tat compared to most people is upside down and backwards. So I'm going to follow this book to try to learn how to tat. Pamphlet. I am going to follow this pamphlet to try to learn how to tat right-handed style, which would probably be good because I have noticed a little bit of pain starting to develop up through here. I might be developing carpal tunnel. I hope not, because tatting brings me such a peace that nothing else really can. But yeah, so this is very similar, actually. I actually have ribbon running through these, but it's literally this. Only I have extra decorative picots. And then, oh, these are all single shuttle split rings. Okay, I guess I don't have that one in these tins. So I must have decided to keep that other one for myself. But it's literally that, but I put beads on where that goes. And it has the basic, these super simple instructions. But first, they're going to teach us how to wind the shuttle. So, make a slip knot. I don't actually know what a slip knot is. Going off of this, I'm guessing... yeah, I'm not 100% sure on this. Is this a slip knot? I feel like that meme. They're also assuming that you have scissors on you in this car ride. I feel sorry for the poor parent who gets this kit for a child and then is surprised when the kid can't use it. Was that a frog? Or is that a cricket? The heck? Okay. I would have rather it be a ball. This is long and messy. Alright, so make a slip knot, slide loop over post of shuttle. So, based off of the context clues, I am gauging that it means to tie a knot like this. Wow, that critter is really going to town. Okay. It's saying shuttle tip, but the shuttle is very different from in this picture too. So you see how this curves up? But yet it's the top one. Either way, we figured it out. We pulled it tight. Wind the thread counterclockwise around the post until shuttle is full. But it's showing it going this way, which is clockwise. Isn't it? I have questions! So, okay, we're like this. I wish they did a top-down view, then that could have really helped. But it says counterclockwise around post. And then tying that to the picture, it's literally backwards from what they're saying. So the question is here, do we follow the, do we prioritize picture over text? I'm going to prioritize text. Oops, it's sliding. Let me hold that still. I like how nice and gentle this clicks. It feels really springy. Also, I can't help but wonder, is my interpretation of these weird because I'm left-handed? Place thread behind shuttle as shown. Oh, so they want you to have it come back out like this, but then why would that be? So is it like that? But then, I don't know what they're trying to get at with the as shown, because it literally would have to be the opposite. Until shuttle is full. Is there... So... It doesn't specify, so we're just going to keep going. And this is why I prefer shuttles with bobbins. It would have been filled up a long time ago. Oh, my bracelet's being noisy. There we go. Have I zoomed in real close? No, good. There's so much string. It's everywhere. Watch, it's probably some sort of strange thing regarding me being left-handed that I'm not processing what they meant by counterclockwise in relation to that picture. Maybe my left-handedness is showing through aggressively. We'll see. Okay. Oh, this has turned into a knotted mess. I would recommend they splurge and get a ball as opposed to one of these. This is a mess already. Like, it's turned into a tangle. And all I did was fill up the shuttle and we've already got this. So far I am displeased. Right, I cannot hold this like I am left-handed. And I have a camera in front of me, also making things a little trickier than usual. Alright, so basic left-hand position. Let me clear things out of the way so I can't be as clumsy. Take a sip of water. Let's put this yarn straight back. There we go. Unwind 14 to 16 inches from the shuttle. Hold the shuttle in my right hand between my thumb and index finger. Make sure thread is behind the shuttle, okay? Pinch the tail of the thread between the thumb and middle finger, about 6 inches from the end of the thread, okay? Hold on, does this want me... Oh, it wants me to trim it. So it says unwind 14 to 16 inches of thread. So, hold on. No, because knowing what I know about tatting, So this is another instance where it would be helpful if they had a small ball of DMC as opposed to just this, because they show it trailing off, but it would be nice if they could have it like leading to the ball as opposed to just trailing off, because that implies you need to cut it. But knowing what I know about tatting, if we cut it, unlike with needle tatting, it's going to cause issues because this is where we're pulling for the double stitches from. This is just a core thread. So, yes, let me take this off. It keeps making noise, even though the thing is mostly fiber. So, we'll stick that right there. Alright. So, about 6 inches from the end of the thread. We're going to make this a little shorter so you can all see. The tail fall behind the left thumb towards the palm. Alright, middle finger too. Pinching the end tightly with my left hand, bring the shuttle thread over the top of my upraised index and pinky fingers, under my palm and between my, over the top of my upraised index and pinky, under my palm and between my thumb. Oh, yeah, okay. I didn't know where it was going with that. So, the pinky has to be, so. It's like, hey, it's like the baby metal, like their whole fox god thing. I never noticed that before. Anyway. This will be referred to as the left hand loop. Basic left hand position to be used at all times. Okay? Right hand, position 1. Still holding the shuttle between right hand, index finger, and thumb, with point facing left. Slightly spread the remaining 3 fingers. Okay, we're good there. Turn right hand so that the palm is facing me, and the point of the shuttle is pointing up. Okay, pull thread tight between left hand and shuttle. Rotate my hand from the wrist towards my body, supporting the shuttle thread with my pinky finger. Okay, continue rotating until my palm faces the floor and the thread is wrapped around the back of my upraised fingers. Okay, and then there's another picture that shows. So I need to actually unspool a little more. Alright, so then this and this. Alright, there should be about 6 inches of thread between my hand and the shuttle. Now there is. Right hand, position 2. Same finger, hold as right hand, position 1. Just do not wrap the thread over the back of your hand. Oh, okay, that's 2 different ways of holding it. Alright, double stitch part 1, under/overstep. A complete double stitch consists of 2 parts. Oh, and it looks like because this folds out. Nope, that's the first page. Never mind. Okay, back to where we were. Hold the tail thread in the basic left hand position. Hold the shuttle using that right hand, position 1. Keeping the fingers of the right hand raised, move the shuttle to the left into the left-handed loop. Okay. Oh, and the picture is actually really clear. Slide the shuttle directly under the top thread of the left-hand loop between the right index finger and shuttle, and then off the off the end of the shuttle, so the top of the thread, or the top thread of the left hand, rests on the thumb. Ah, okay, so that's what they meant, this thumb. Motion will create a loop of thread around your right hand. Now move the shuttle to the right, allowing the left hand loop to pass between the shuttle and your thumb, while lowering your fingers of your right hand and pulling gently on the shuttle thread. And it has a handy little picture demonstrating. So I knew to do that, but it didn't mention anything about the flip on this page. Yep, so this is something I've noticed in a few different tatting guides, where it handles specifically the flip across 2 separate pages. I feel this is something that really, really, really needs to be all addressed on the same page. Like, getting your hand posture and everything set up on one page, all well and good. But before you describe how to do a double stitch, it needs to be all on this, that section needs to all be on the same page, because both of your hands are occupied, so you're going to lose your place and you're going to be a little confused. So, alright, let's pretend like we're in the back seat of a car trying to do this. So, I somehow have this across my lap. So, we are on this page. Okay, and then okay, so back to where we were. We're going to move the shuttle into the left, to the left, into the left-hand loop, slide directly under the top thread of the left hand between index finger and shuttle. Oh wait, they're holding it like this. Right. Okay, and then they talk about this, and so this matches that little picture there. So I feel like a complete fool trying to open this without losing the hand positioning. And now it's upside down. So it flips over in the process. Doesn't even stay consistently the same direction. I am disliking this booklet. Like, it's so far it's been really well written. The diagrams have been good, but the cumbersomeness of the using it and the fact that it's not a book based off of the context of where it would be sold, I am not pleased. Alright, so while lowering the fingers of the right hand, slowly lower and raise the index finger of your left. This motion transfers the knot. So I'm still here. Where did it leave me off on this page? So, okay, so it was still wrapped around here. And in the next picture, it doesn't show this thread on the hand. While lowering the fingers of the right hand, slowly lower and raise the index finger of your left. This motion transfers. It doesn't mention anything about still pulling, but you will feel a click as the knot passes from one thread to the next. A click is an okay way to describe it, I think. So we're going to lower this as we continue to raise that. That wasn't right. In fact, that should be twisted around. Oh, that hurts my hand. Okay, so it's right here. So, back to where we were. Under, and then over. And then lower these fingers as I raise that. Nope. What am I missing? Like, logistically. Slowly lower. Transfers the knot of the shuttle to the thread of the left-hand loop. You will flip. Click of the knot. Continue pulling the Continue pulling the shuttle thread taut while raising your left index finger. How much is this finger supposed to raise? Because it's already pretty elevated in these pictures. like so. So I managed to transfer it that time, but I don't feel like I was necessarily reading or listening to the instructions. Wait, hold on. You know, the index finger's under there, the index finger's under there. Oh, this hand does not like this. Let me pull this off. Ooh. Alright, so this was supposed to be in here the whole time. Hold on. Oh, and does it say anywhere to... Okay, so it does show clearly that you're supposed to actually put the shuttle back through, which is good. So... Oh. And then lower this. Okay, there we go, it snapped. Okay, and then continue pulling the shuttle thread taut while raising your left index finger. Second half of the double stitch. I just want to go to town on it. I'm feeling so impatient holding my hands like this. Assume the right hand position too. So we have to change it between each step. Alright, same hold as right hand position 1, but do not wrap the thread over the back of your... Okay, so it's just this. Okay. Right pinky as shown. And figure... Okay, so it wants you to grab it like this. Okay. Pass the shuttle over the top of the left hand. Continue moving the shuttle to the left, passing the thread of the left hand loop between the shuttle and your thumb. Passing the thread of the left hand loop between the shuttle and your thumb and off the end of the shuttle. Lower the shuttle and move it to the right, allowing it to pass between your index and the top blade of the shuttle. Okay, while pulling the shuttle thread taut, lower and raise your left index finger, causing the knot to transfer from one to the other. Instructions unclear, I think. So we have the right position. Pass the shuttle, this should be on the right hand side. Pass the shuttle over the top of the thread for the left hand loop. Continue moving it to the left, passing the thread of the left hand loop between the shuttle and your thumb. So over, passing the thread between the shuttle and your thumb and off the end of the shuttle. Lower it and move it to the right, allowing the left-hand loop to pass between your index finger and the top blade of the shuttle. Okay, and so tying it in with the picture. And pulling it taut, lower and raise your left index finger, causing the knot to transfer from one thread to the other. Okay, and it's transferred. Alright, we have a properly done double stitch. And you can see how it slides. Alright, tip, a correctly made double stitch is made around the left hand loop. Stitches. Loop on large, more loose. Okay. Okay, so let's see if I can get this to feel a little bit more natural before I move on to picots. So it's under, through. Come on, transfer. Oh, it doesn't want to transfer. I am aggressively left-handed. Ah. So let's try this again. Hold on, something's wrong here. My brain's not processing this right. So this is moving along here. Did I set the thread down? I think this is upside down. Yes, it is. Okay, that's what I was doing wrong. Okay. Go under and then through, pull, and then let it kind of flip, and then you can test it with a slot. What? Oh no. Well then, so much for that. But thankfully this pamphlet does not teach you how to do chains, so it's not a huge loss. I do wish that they would have started us off with something shorter. Although I guess it did mention shorter, but it kind of indicated in one spot that you needed it to stay on. Alright, so let's try this again. So under, and then, nope, I did that wrong. Does not feel natural. I hate being left-handed sometimes. This is infuriating. So then it would be over, under. This does not feel natural. And I have buggered it up again. Yay! Just cut it out. Just cut it out. Alright, I guess I have to reread the instructions all over again. Which includes flipping the page over at a very critical part during the directions. I will never be not passive-aggressive about that because it's just bad layout for instructions. so like this, go under, and then through, like that. That does not feel natural. And then I have to take my hand out and flip it over and somehow reassume the same position I had, I guess. There. And then, what was it? Second half. Go over, right? Over, and then through. Okay. We've got one down again. Alright, so then it's under, and then through. Couldn't get it to flip. That's not good. I need you to flip. We're not the mafia here. There we go. And then there we go. Alright. So then it's right, starts off under. Oh, hello, person in the chat. So today what we're doing is testing out this beginner's tatting kit that you can find at various tourist traps across the country, I am sure. Okay, so we have some double stitches here. It's so weird because when I'm tatting, the double stitches are still on the side, but here they're facing the opposite way. It's so bizarre. Alright, so complete one double stitch. Well, I did a few. Begin the next, but do not pull the thread completely taut. Leave a space between the stitches twice as wide as your picot will be tall. Okay, finally somebody's written it out. If you want a picot 1/8 inch tall, because like some will say do an 1/8 inch picot. I have been wanting to make some measuring tools for tatting, and I've tried Googling it and could not find anything about it. If you want a picot 1/8 of an inch tall, leave a space 1/4 of an inch wide. Okay, thank you. That will make things a lot easier for my tool making escapades. Okay, so we go under and then through. Oh, it says begin. Ah, shoot. I already did the half of it. Okay. Doesn't feel like it. Okay, there we go. It flipped. And then continue by forming the second half of the double stitch and sliding up against the previous double stitches, causing the picot to form. Yep. Oh, okay, there we go. It just hadn't flipped. Whoa, why does it look so... Did I have it up, like, twisted around? Whoa, why isn't she... She's simply not sliding. Oh no, what have I done? Come on out. I'm very focused right now. There we go. Saved. That is the hardest part of learning how to tat, is handling the double stitches and making sure they don't get twisted up. So we'll go ahead and finish this particular one back out. And I messed it up again. I am glad that I decided to try to learn how to tat using my non-dominant hand as the primary hand, but that doesn't mean I am enjoying the experience. Oh no. Okay, there we go. Keep wanting to do that with that one when the instructions said clearly to do that, and then that, like I'm doing devil horns almost. So, we're going back through with this, and then we release. Oh, I did this upside down. Oh, I'm like halfway off camera. I'm just trying to see what I'm doing without the tripod in my way. The reason that I started so late with streaming too was I could not find my tripod to save my life. I was looking all over the place. I tore up the couch, I looked in the electronics cabinet where it usually is, everywhere. And then guess where it was? On the table, where I usually have it for when I'm streaming. I never put it away when I was done Sunday. And as a result, I couldn't find it when I needed it. Ugh. Anyway. Rage. Rage, rage, rage. Okay. Under and through. A little bit, there we go. And then, okay. Under and through. That one's not happy at all. You know, part of the problem. The whole doily is meant to be a spot where everyone can watch, but I keep kind of going over to this side of the doily. So. Okay. And the last half of this particular one, just to ensure I have a bit of the feel. Alright, and so let's do this. Grab a little bit up here, under and through. Oh, I just realized what I'm doing wrong according to the instructions. Although we have made a picot, I'm supposed to be holding this with this finger and then tensioning with this index finger. Let's let this kind of do its thing. There we go. have enough to make a teeny tiny ring. So gently pull the shuttle thread, letting the circle of thread tighten around the hand. Slip it off your hand and continue pulling until it's completely closed. Alright, and then it has instructions for joining rings and everything, but yeah, so my initial opinion of this kit is I'm not entirely sure it's worth the $15. These two things alone, the two main pieces of equipment, are worth $5 total. Wholesale, granted, you'd have to buy a 5-pack of these shuttles for $15, and this would be $2 if you wanted to get these. But then you could do way more with 2 shuttles in general. The pamphlet, it's a good quality paper, but it's literally a pamphlet. I would not recommend this if you are buying a beginner's tatting thing for a child on a car ride, unless they have access to scissors and lots of space to lay this out. If you have 3 kids crammed in the back seat and that kid has to share all that space with another child, it's going to be an awful experience for them. Now, you might not care, that's on you as a parent, but yes, I personally am not a fan of that. Now, for me, this was worth the $15 simply because of that one little detail I mentioned about pico sizing and what I was trying to find in regards to that with tool making. So I finally have a source for that because the information historically seems accurate. Granted, I will cross-reference everything, but there's that. And then the fact that it's a nice big pamphlet works in my specific benefit. For when I'm at events, I can lay this out as basically table decoration. It has instructions and everything. So there's that. Would I recommend this to a newbie tatter? Maybe. If you only have $15 and you find yourself in a situation to get it and you really want to learn, you've been wanting to learn, you know what? My first tatting kit was a needle tatting kit, bought pretty much the same way. I found it in an antique store, and it was a needle tatting kit. It had some yarn, it had the needles, it had a little booklet. It got me started. I struggled with it for a bit. It was fine. I got really into needle tatting, and then I've eventually made the switch to shuttle tatting. I probably should put this back on. But it might not have been the optimal way to go. That being said, I personally have not found any brand new in package tatting books for under $10. The one in Hobby Lobby, it's the only place around here that sells tatting supplies, which is a shame because I'd rather support any other company, but this is the book that they carry. It is $15 in and of itself. Now, this book is really detailed and comes with a DVD, so that could be better if you're more of a visual learner in terms of that. But if you're going to be in a situation where you won't have access to media, maybe you're planning on going on an off-the-grid type of trip. Maybe you're a kid that's like an introvert going off to summer camp. I don't know. Maybe you're getting drug along to a cabin in the woods kind of camping trip, and there's no TV, and no electronics, no signal, that kind of thing. Okay, sure, whatever. If you're on a really tight budget, I could see this being a decent start, but there's tons of free guides online. You can make a tatting shuttle out of cardboard. Literally cardboard. And I will do that in another video. And you can buy this for $2, or you can go to a thrift store and probably buy a whole big yarn, a whole big ball of crochet yarn size 10 or 3. 3 would be really good for a beginner, but size 10 would get you, you'd be able to complete so much with that for like $1. So you could spend $1 on getting started tatting to see if you even like the hobby. You don't need to even, like, this is extra. But yes, so that is my review along with first impressions and following along. My hands are mad because they did not like doing things in upside down topsy-turvy world, but hey, it'll be good for my dexterity in my left hand to do more with it and potentially help with the because this hand doesn't get stressed at all when I'm tatting like normal. This one does, but I'm also tatting backwards, so for most people who tat a lot, they'd probably end up getting the stress all in this hand, whereas in this one, not so much. But yes, so there's that. Alright, thanks for watching. Sorry this video was so long. Catch you in the next one. Bye-bye!